Peace, love, and balance, everybody. Peace, love, and balance, y'all. It's the Copper Queen on the scene, y'all. Look, I know I have not been on here for about over a week now. If you do not know, we have been in this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. And baby, I know people been going through. It's been so much happening since I last went online. I think it was for that Sagittarius new moon. And then we're already about to be in a full moon. Cause we just hit a first quarter Pisces moon just a few days ago. And now we're about to be in a full moon in Cancer this coming Sunday. I don't know if y'all know that, okay? It's about to be a full moon in Cancer. So we got a Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, Pluto in Aquarius, Venus in Capricorn, Mars is in retrograde, and we're about to have a Scorpio full moon. When I tell you the emotions are coming to the surface, the emotions is coming to the surface, y'all. If you do not know, the Capricorn is a Virgo sun, but I am an Aquarius moon and rising. And I'm a Scorpio Venus. My Pluto is in Scorpio, and then I have a whole bunch of Cancer placements in general. I'm full of water and earth, and I have a few like I said, my few air placements that I have. So I've always been an emotional being, and that has been a gift and a curse. When people see your empathy, your sympathy, and you know how much you care for people, in a selfless way, people like me, which I'm a powerful empath, get targeted, and we always get drugged through the mud. We always get drugged through the mud. People see how the emotional strength we have, because it takes emotional strength to live on this planet. That's why I'm a moon worker. And I tell y'all, we got to stay in tune with the moon, because the moon gives you the emotional balance you need with, the boundaries that you need to have and the intelligence that you need to have with that. Because emotions can be weaponized. That's what they've been doing to us forever. Our emotions are always being toyed with. That's the whole point of genocides and, slaughters and war. That's all emotion. That's all emotion. Fighting is emotional. It's all tied to emotion. It's an unbalanced and a toxic way to express your emotion, but it's still an emotion that exists. Murder, all that. So, since I last spoke to y'all, in Nashville, Tennessee, we had a famous country music singer. Her name was Larissa, a sister that she recently passed away in a car accident. It was terrible. So my Nashville community, shout out to her, us, and specifically her family, because she was a mother of 4 children. I never met none of her children, but I did go to a few of her shows because I'm a country music fan. I am. So it's been sad on the community. It's been so much stuff going on. It's been very sad. It was sad for me because I love seeing us do different things when it comes to the music industry. I feel like, we feel like we always have to do hip hop versus rap or R&B and all that stuff. And it's time, and we don't realize we don't. I love rock and roll. I'm a pop girl. That's why I'm a Michael Jackson fan. I love Beyonce, Missy Elliott, stuff like that. But and, Madonna and all them, we have a variety of music we can get into, but we always, I feel like one area in particular is always focused on. Even opera, I have some males and females that are melanated that are in opera. We don't think we can do none of that stuff because it's not popularized the way rap and hip hop and all that is, and we need to get more diverse in the music industry. So that has been very sad because she was only 40 years young, y'all. And I'm talking about this for a reason. I'm going to get to that in a minute. I know I just came in. She was 40 years young, y'all. 40 years. Thank you so much. I'm 35. She was already a mother of 4 at 40 years, young. Had her whole life and career ahead of her. Beautiful young lady. And that quit. For whatever reason that I don't know. Who knows? The universe decided that her time had ended. You know what I'm saying? And she had been being a very successful singer. You know what I mean? So now her time has ended. And that's what was like messing with me. I'm like, I feel like I just got started pursuing my dreams and my career because I was getting held back so much by past trauma and pain, right? And family, you know, all kind of issues I had to work through to bring myself up, right? And if you follow me on here and on any of my social media platforms, I just posted about Father Anubis. And this is the Pluto in Aquarius. Father Anubis is the god of the underworld. And Pluto going into in Aquarius is the planet of death, rebirth, transformation, and the underworld. So yes, there is. I told y'all a while back. I can't even remember what reading it was, and I've said it several times that the death angel was going to be out, and that time has arrived. So after I found out about this music artist, her name is Larissa, that just passed away in this car accident. My uncle was passed away that same night, and I didn't find out about it till the next day. So there's two people. This young lady that I used to go to her shows, and then my actual uncle, my daddy's brother. Okay? So that right there, pay attention to that type of stuff. So if this is happening to you right now and you've had family or friends recently pass away, don't be alarmed. This is the energy. And y'all know this is the year of karma. This ain't fear mongering. This is the year of karma. So this is why self-reflection is mandatory. Are you happy with yourself? You know what I'm saying? Are you actually doing what you enjoy and what you love? Like if you left today, would you be proud of what you accomplished while you were here? Because like they say, this trip is short. And I have had 3 deadly accidents my whole life that I survived, y'all. This one is one of them. That's why I have the scar on my head. I hit a windshield. Literally, my head went through the windshield, and I had to get 25 stitches there. And I didn't get no fracture. My skull didn't get fractured. My brain, nothing, no brain damage. Just my head was sliced open. So I thought about all that. I thought about the accidents that I had that was written off as deadly accidents that for some reason, when I thought it was the end of my time, I did not die. You know what I'm saying? I'm still here and I'm grateful, right? And if y'all do not know, I do not have a car right now. And I'm not a driver. I don't even want to drive anymore. These vehicles, I mean, it doesn't matter. I had a classmate that got hit by a car. He had just wrote a book, told his life story. This is a few years ago. Told his life story, wrote a book, and was, turned his life around, but told people his story. He was out jogging and just got hit by a car. He was just out jogging and just got hit by a car. Y'all, this is not a typical reading. This is me being vulnerable today and venting. So if this is not for you, you don't have to stay on here, okay? I will be doing we have a full moon and Cancer coming up this Sunday, so I'll do my best to do that. And we still got the Sagittarius season reading coming up. So if y'all want to listen in on that one, that will probably be your best bet. This is some raw material that needs to get out for a reason. But yeah, y'all, it's just that day when he passed away, I was on my way to New York. I had already bought this trip to New York. And so I couldn't go to the funeral because I had paid for a trip to New York to go see my mom's stepson, and spend some time with him because he had just recently moved to Brooklyn. So that quick, he was jogging and some drunk driver hit him. Some drunk driver in a vehicle that just got out of court too. The drunk driver had just got out of court and got a couple of offenses of being a drunk driver, but they kept letting this dude go several times. And then he ended up hitting one of my classmates and killing him that quick. And I'm like, why does it seem like every time people start to blow up in life and turn their life around and do better in life, out of nowhere they get sacrificed? I'm going to talk to y'all about this sacrificing too. Let me explain something to you. Because what I'm going to get into, I told y'all my uncle ended up passing away just recently. He was a Virgo like myself. He was a big time hermit. He barely left the house. He only left the house to go to work, go get his beer and cigarettes, and go in the house and do his thing. He never left the house. He only had one daughter, my little cousin. So she's going to be, and her mother passed away years ago. Her mother passed away years ago. That's another thing. Her mother passed away years ago, got hit by a car and got ran over. You see what I'm saying? Her mama. So now she ain't got no mama or no daddy now. So I was so emotional about just the results of all this. But I want to explain something to y'all. Karma works in mysterious ways, just like death. And a lot of times you are guilty by association. So if you've been following me for a while, I tell people about my story to leaving my family behind and totally getting estranged from them and fully starting my career and fully starting my healing, most importantly, and focusing on myself and stop making myself feel like I was obligated to be there for my family and save them, because I'm not. You're here to save yourself. A lot of them hated me for it. A lot of them consider me a traitor for it. A lot of them consider me weak, and you lose your black card, which I don't care because I'm not black, but whatever. The demonizing that happens when you rebel against your family, especially your flesh and blood, that happens. And it happens to us in our communities too, and in the culture, right? That's why I'm not in the culture. I tell people I'm not in the culture. Don't ask me about none of that stuff. I'm not in the culture. I don't know what's going on, and I don't care because it's not helping us. It's keeping us talking about bull crap and stupid stuff and keeping us on the lowest of vibration. We're not healing. We're not growing. We're not changing. We just always caught up in some mess that ain't serving us. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. It's crazy. What did Noble Drew at least say? He said, I'd be shocked if a more do right. I mean, look, he'll be shocked if a more do right. That's even the Noble Drew Ali, the prophet himself, used to question the stuff that we was doing. It was bad, y'all. It's always been like this. And we are in a karmic cycle collectively. That's another thing. We're in a karmic cycle collectively. So if you're attached to people that are going through karmas and they have not been paying their debts, which is why you got to start your healing process and pay your debts. Your debts can be the most minimum or maximum things depending on what you did. But if you won't face your demons head on, you subject your loved ones, your family members, your friends, and people surrounding you to pay for your consequences. Let's ring the bell. And that's why I got away from my family. You can get killed being around people that have a karmic energy following them. It wasn't so, and most of the time it's always an innocent bystander. So like, this is what I'm gonna get back to. Back in 2021, this is when I decided to stop going to family functions. I haven't been to any family functions, family reunions. I don't even go to birthdays and graduations no more because I'm not a part of that family anymore. You know what I mean? I'm not. And that's what you have to do. If you're really going to separate, you can't be part-time in and part-time out. You either going to be in or you're going to be out, because that's going to be hard trying to be in two different worlds. Here your family is on a lower vibration, don't know nothing, don't want to rise above it, really going to continue to discourage you, and you're going to always seem like some oddball that's making them feel uncomfortable about who they are and what they are. So they're going to find ways to undermine you in ways and discourage you, or you're gonna be around people that's on your vibration and going and where you're going, so you can feel good every day about it and not have to even feel that pull away from who you've risen into. And that's the decision I had to make, which is the left hand path, choosing yourself. And people hate the left hand path. People hate left hand path people because we choose us first and foremost all the time, and that's why a lot of us are single. Okay, that's why a lot of us are single, because we refuse to choose somebody else's karmas and pain and bad decisions and life choices and help you pay for all that karma that you caused on your life and bring me down. Just because we blood related, or we got kids together, or we married, or we supposed to be best friends, or we supposed to be cousins or brothers and sisters, all that lame stuff, that's not what you came in for, to sacrifice your happiness for other people that cause their own problems. This is their karma. This is their karma. So you know what, y'all? I haven't talked to my father since last year when I told y'all he got shot 3 times, because my father is a full-time drug dealer. He's had jobs in his life, but he has never stayed on a job long enough to get any type of pensions or retirement. He has nothing to offer me or any of the children he's birthed. I have literally had to take care of myself really since I was a child. But my mom threw me out at 17, and I have gotten to where I am today without them completely. If I did get help, it was a little bit, and it always came with a price. I never got help for free. I paid for something, a lot of stuff. Most of the money my mom ever gave me, I know for a fact that I paid her every dime of it back. She's never loaned me money and just to help me. I had to pay her back. You know what I'm saying? So I called him at the kindness of my heart, just because I know this is his brother just passed, and he just lost his mother back in 2020. So I was like, I called him, seeing how he was doing. Do you know he made it about himself? He didn't even make it about himself. I'm calling to talk about his brother and saying my condolences. He brings up my sister, which I forgot he did call me this past year, and I didn't talk to him long. He called me he wanted me to be there for my sister, his daughter, with another woman, his wife, his ex-wife now. And I'm like, I'm not her mama. I did all I could for that little girl, and she was too busy trying to be daddy's little girl. And they used to try to war. It's the most pathetic and disgusting thing, y'all. But they used to try to pin us against each other for my dad's love. When my dad had another daughter, and I used to be his only daughter, so they used to try to get us to fight over him, which is very childish. And he started favoritizing her as I got older. Meanwhile, he spent the majority of my life in prison and didn't raise me, right? At the time that he wasn't in prison, he was doing all kind of crazy stuff that he still wasn't being a father. So if he gets out of jail long enough when she's still a little girl to be a better father to her. And I told him to. I said, Dad, we grown now. You might as well take care of your children because me and my other brother, we grown. You can't father us anymore. We're grown. And I accepted that. Peace. Thank y'all so much. I accepted that. I'm like, I'm grown now. And while he was in prison, me and my brother as kids were being great big sisters and brothers to my little brother and sister and never telling them about the dark secrets and dark times that we used to have when my daddy was really been on the street selling drugs and stuff all hours of the night. You know what I'm saying? It was times people were so sick of my daddy that they wouldn't babysit us because they didn't support what he was doing. So he would take us with him when he was selling drugs. I done seen some stuff that little girls ain't supposed to be seeing. And I learned some stuff because I was with this drug dealer every day. You know what I'm saying? Well, not every day, but you know what I'm saying? I was with him for days at a time. So all he could do was talk about what it was on these streets. You know what I mean? And that's just not no. And that's why, and that's how I ended up a tomboy, y'all. I grew up in a male dominated environment with gang related activities, drugs, selling drugs, guns, violence in a way that you don't supposed to grow up. And I, at one point, thought that was cool. That's how girls end up liking bad boys, y'all. Most of the time, we probably got raised by one or exposed to them in our family members. So that's why you see these women on TV when they son, even though if he was a drug dealer, he could have been a killer and a murderer, but she'll cry her heart out because that's her nephew or that's her son, right? Or that's her father. Yeah, I'm not crying. So when my daddy got shot last year, I cried. Because I thought the streets was going to take my dad a long time ago. I was actually surprised that he lived as long with all the things that he's done out there. And how long so I was like, clearly the Lord is trying to, whatever you call, because he's a Christian. So he called it his Lord. Clearly the Lord's trying to protect you and give you a chance to get your life together. Or sometimes, y'all, I'm going to tell you this. Sometimes the person like him, they seem like he's always protected. Have y'all noticed that it's always the people that do the corruptest things that live the longest lives, right? They have to watch everybody around them die that they sacrifice. That's when they use people as sacrifices around them. My father is mad at me because he can no longer sacrifice me. My dad almost had me get killed for him one time on some Wesley Snipes stuff, y'all. I'm telling the truth here. He was willing for me to die for him. My dad don't love me. He people have kids sometimes, especially raised in that with that Bible, with the stuff how you could sacrifice your children in the Bible. My daddy is a cold-hearted Christian. He believes that stuff. So he believes his seeds, or like my mom, his woman was property. And if you ain't gonna be his D girl, what use are you? That's how that man think. This whole time I'm so glad I went and got help years ago, but I've been trying to get some man like this to love me and accept me my whole life, and not I never understood why he never liked. He doesn't like who I am. He doesn't like that I do what I do now. I have got cussed out by my brother, his other son, because he got children with a woman he married, for doing what I'm doing right now. You know what I mean? They hate who I am because I'm nothing like them. So I'm a traitor. I'm a bad person. It's like the mental illness too. It's definitely mental illness. It's mental illness. So I personally think my uncle passed away because first it was my grandmama. Now it's my uncle. We live long lives. And my daddy's side of the family. My grandmama was 94. My great grandmama was 103. So this is the first time in a while we've been having this wave of death in my family, and they ain't waking up yet. And they were like, I'm not coming to the funeral. I'm not getting in there. I'm out. I literally removed my family tree link, y'all. You don't have to stay in these families. I know it's hard, but you don't think I've cried days and nights about the good memories I did have with them? Because you got to think, I was around them for so long. We have laughing moments that I can remember. I'm not going to pretend like we didn't have positive moments, but I was flooding my mind with all those positive moments, blinding myself to all those toxic moments. My family is very abusive too. I got abused by my mom, my stepdad, and my father, and my dad used to let his siblings or his nieces and them beat us too. Like, that's the only way they handle things, with violence, right? So that's why I have anxiety, PTSD. I don't like people touching me. If I didn't ask you to touch me, don't touch me. I'm hypersensitive because I've been in violence my whole life. I ended up with a violent man. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? I didn't realize at the time, I was used to a violent environment. So I got with a violent man and ended up in domestic violence myself and almost lost my life in that situation. Or took somebody else's life. You know what I mean? So it's just, it's a, I'm explaining this to y'all because I know it's somebody out there that even if you ain't been through exactly what I've been through, you could have been through some things and you may think that it is no way out of that and that leaving your family is not an option. And yes, it is. You don't owe them your life. You don't. That teaching was a slave technique put on us for us to stick together through thick and thin. Well, let's just keep it real. Our families have been destroyed for a long time, and we would not, most of our family members would not do what it takes to heal from that type of stuff. So they always put all their weight on one person in the family, and that person, you darn near tear them down. I keep seeing this reason I should let my mom go is hard, but necessary. It must be. Yes, you got to find. Exactly. Thank you, Sunchild. That's not your tribe. Your tribe ain't about to have you depressed like that. So look, I haven't been depressed in a long time, y'all. But when I called my dad, I know I've been breaking up the story. Being nice to him, that's why people can't be nice. He made it about his daughter because he thinks it's my job to raise his daughter. That's what I'm saying. He wants me to continue painting this pretty picture for him that I did for my sister. I didn't want my sister to know the terrible things that he did to me. She was a little girl. She was a little girl, innocent little girl, just like I was when my daddy went to prison. And and I didn't want to ruin that for her. So why would I want my little sister or any child for that matter to be re-traumatized in a way that I was traumatized? So I was that big sister to her. I used to come and get her and my little brother when I'm a teenager, y'all, and a young adult. I've been a big sister for a long time and an auntie. So I was always that person. I would go get all my nieces and nephews. If I had 5 of them or 6 of them, I'd go get them something to eat. I was working 3 jobs and still made time to do all that. You know what I mean? Anytime I could get my nieces and nephews because they was in such a screwed up situation. My sister went to prison too. And I had to take care of my nieces and nephews for a little while. So I was always that family member that every time somebody's screwing up, because I didn't have kids, everybody just dumped all their kids on me. And I didn't understand it at the time. At the time, I thought they was doing it like a punishment on some Cinderella stuff because that's exactly how it felt. But really, they love the way that I think. They wanted me to raise their kids. They know I'm smarter than them. They know I'm wiser than them. They know that I deserve the kids that they got. They should have a parent like me and not them. So that's why everybody always wanted me to watch their kids. And everybody was always dumping their kids on me. I want them to hang with you. But they also used to make sure they made me feel lower than dirt, like I wasn't nothing. It's a form of manipulation because they didn't want me to ever find out how much they really thought about me. Because if I ever found out, they would lose control and can't use me the way they want to continue blinding the family that they are toxic. Because they get praised. My daddy, every time he got out of prison, this man done killed people, sold drugs, got in fights with cops. My daddy is a crazy man. I don't understand how my mama ended up with him. But hey, back then, everybody liked them D-boys. You know what I'm saying? My mama ended up with this. And I know, my mama has never told me my father beat her. But the way my father beat me, I know my father probably used to beat my mom. And she don't want to tell me because she was so ashamed of it. So guess what my mom did? My mom became a narcissist. And then she used to beat me too with her husband that was a PTSD military man. So she kept getting with crazy men. My mom had this problem with getting with crazy, abusive men. So at least this one wasn't beating her, but you let this one beat your children. So my mama not innocent either. That's why I don't talk to neither one of them. Both my parents are narcissists. So he told me, as I told him, I said, Dad, I'm not responsible for your daughter. I called you about my uncle, you know what I'm saying, just to see how you were doing. And he was like, I was like, this, your daughter. I told him, I said, your daughter is not my problem. You need to raise your daughter. That's the least you can do on this earth. You ain't did nothing else for nobody. So raise your kids. And whatever she need, you need to help her and get her counseling. And I said, get her some counseling. I've recommended counselors to you. This man gonna tell me, you deserved everything I gave to you. Meanwhile, when he first got out of prison, because he went to prison for beating me, y'all. So when I was younger, he went to prison for choking me out, hitting me on the head with a gun until I passed out. And I thought I was dead, actually, to this day. I remember I thought I was dead when he did all that, but I woke up out of nowhere. So I had just been passed out for a few hours from him beating the crap out of me. So he said to me on the phone, and of course, when he said to me on the phone, I deserved everything he did to me. That memory for some reason flashed in my head. That day that I thought he was gonna shoot me. You see what I'm saying? I thought he was gonna shoot me. I still got the scar on my head. I got locks now, so you can't see it. But I still got a dent in my head. And I'm like, I was like, you know what? That was the last straw. My brother came over. I called him because he had already called me to tell me my uncle passed away. First I felt bad for even reaching out to him, but I never expected that to come out his mouth. He done said, at this point in life, really, dude. So I made a point that I told my brother, I said, do not tell me about when your father or your mother. Now I didn't really say my mama because my mama ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm not gonna bring her into this. Let me slow down. But I definitely told him, don't call me when that man transitioned, because I'm not coming to the funeral and I'm not helping pay for anything. No, he's been my family. Let me tell y'all something else. My family created that man. They used to applaud this man no matter what he did. Anytime, no matter what my dad did, everybody always was there for this man. And I never understood it. I was, you know what I'm saying? I never understood it. He was guilty. He's never went to jail or prison for nothing he wasn't guilty of. My daddy is a felon, a 20-sometime felon. He's a criminal. So they applauded that. They molded him for this. He couldn't do no wrong. You are divine light, guys, and your ancestors kept you here for a divine reason, because you look at your. Thank you so much, baby. I appreciate you. You so sweet. But yeah, that's what I said. He could never do no wrong, y'all. No matter what he he used to have me blind to this. I was daddy's little girl. I used to think he was the world because I just wanted to be accepted by him. That's what a little girl who doesn't want to be accepted by their father or their mother. I was a little girl. So that's when I had to forgive myself for all that. So I was trying to do anything I could to be accepted by him. Except when I disappointed him, because I'm not his D girl. I'm not about to sell drugs for you and be on the streets with you and stuff. I'm like, I'm not doing that. And that's when he really started showing his true colors, because he felt like I was a waste. Your mama wouldn't be my D girl, and now you a waste too. You better off, you should have never came out of it. You see what I'm saying? Man, just evil, y'all. So this, and my brother told me, he's sick, and I said, I'm pretty sure he is sick. He been sick. I don't know what y'all been thinking. He's been sick. This has been eating at this man his whole life. But y'all, every time he got out of prison, nobody kept telling them. And they even tried to get me to get him to live with me. Yeah, I bought this house that I live in when I was 24. I bought this house because I knew that I was never going to be taken care of by my family or ever inherit anything from them. I was like, and I'm not even banking on it. So I made sure I had my stability, because my family has never done anything for me. When I was homeless, y'all, when my mom kicked me out, my grandmama shut the door on me that night. And that was back in 2007. And then she ended up passing away a year later, my mother's mother. She slammed the door on my face. She wouldn't let me stay with her. Sent me on the streets walking. And then she died a year later. It was crazy. And I hadn't talked to my mom in a year. So that's what I said. Nobody ever called me and asked me, did I need somewhere to stay? So people knew I was homeless and nobody came together. But do you know how many people the Copper Queen done housed in my family that have been in these situations? Too goddamn many. Even after what I've been through. I had people. That's why I don't live with nobody now. People don't get, I don't want to live with nobody. I've been around bums and low lives my whole life. No, I don't want no roommate. No, I don't want nobody living here with me. I will break my back to keep these bill pays, to keep my peace, because this stuff is terrible out here. If you got something and they don't, leave them where they at. Because they can't do nothing for you. All they can do is take from you. That's just the bottom line. That's just the truth of the matter. They don't have anything. They won't even keep themselves up. So what makes you think they're going to care about you? I done had to learn some hard lessons, y'all. I have had to learn some hard lessons, and it breaks my heart. I'm healing it, but it has broken my heart that these hard lessons I had to learn from my flesh and blood. That makes it hard for you to trust a stranger when your flesh and blood is you. But this is the crazy part. I have had strangers that have treated me better than my flesh and blood, y'all. Don't be fooled, my God. Well, let me sip my tea. I've had strangers treat me better than my flesh and blood. So I had to get over social anxiety, and I'm better about social anxiety now. But a long time ago, it was terrible. And learning how to trust people again, because I done stared demons in the face. You know what I'm saying? I have been around people that would swoop and down, they love you one minute, And they had to even do things for you from time to time, especially if you let them. But then turn around and do the most horrible, deadly things to you with the same face. So I have decided that that's that was like the final straw with my dad. So like I already told him last year when he got shot that I'm so sad for you because you never gonna, if I have children, you never gonna meet them. Oh yeah, I already planned that. My dad was never gonna meet my kids. You know, if the universe see fit for me to bring children into this world at some point in my life, he will not be a part of their life. I don't want them to know that man because I don't want them to pick up on any of the habits that I had to unlearn from that man that almost destroyed me and that destroyed him. Because that's what he's going to do. He wants to leave his mark on this earth. That's he. Me and my brother talked about it. He's mad that my brother won't be a D-boy. My brother won't sell drugs. My brother is not a drug dealer. My daddy has made him feel like less of a man his whole life of working instead of getting out there and helping him sell drugs and be on the streets with his daddy. So he made him feel less of a man and belittle him as a man, as a young boy, saying you ain't no man if you ain't going to get on these streets. Just sick, y'all. And pretty much destroyed my brother's like confidence, both of us. He made us feel less than for not doing something that was a less than thing that he was doing. That's how mentally ill this man is. So y'all, like I was saying earlier, I personally believe that he's being punished. People don't understand. When people are being punished, they make them stay alive to watch it. And I'm pretty sure my dad know that. So now his brother done got taken away. It could be somebody else, but I'm gonna tell you who it's not gonna be. Me. Stay away from people when they in their karma. You could end up being a part of somebody's karmic cycle for a lesson for them. Do you want to end up being killed and taken out because you're gonna be a lesson to somebody else that you didn't deserve to have to be a lesson for? Just because you want to, y'all better get away from these people and stay in isolation. I just posted Father on my rise out, and Pluto is in Aquarius. This is the planet of rebirth, death, and the underworld and transformation. So you can transform the freak up out of here if you're around the wrong people and if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Everybody got a day, so that's something you're gonna see, but it don't have to be today and it don't have to be tomorrow though. And it can be a long way out. You can have a long life, so you can have plenty of time to get whatever you need to get your heart light as a feather, y'all. But we gotta stop thinking that we have to stay involved with people over blood, over kids, whatever the excuses that we keep making that are traps. They're traps. They're traps from getting you from ascending. This is the age of Aquarius. This is about awakening. It's not a coincidence that Pluto is in Aquarius. You can't be blinded no more to these people. Yes, separation is a must for divine elevation. Sunshine, you doing it big. I love you. You right. Yes. It's just a part of it. Y'all, do you think I grew up like, oh, I want to have a dad that hates me and never loves me and has me confused about how to be loved by a man for the rest of my life? No. You think I wanted that to be my reality? That I got raised by a narcissistic, egotistical maniac? Nobody asked for that. I don't care what nobody say. People kill me, man. Nobody asked for that. But when I accepted it, I stopped attracting those type of men and people. I can spot a narcissist for a mile away because I was raised by two, and I was surrounded by numbers of them. Because you got to think, birds of a feather flock together. So where there's one narcissist, especially if it's a powerful one, which everybody always used to let my father just be in control, and they used to support everything this man did. So they was under my father's spell. This goes for my mother too. And they used to do anything this man said. My daddy is a powerful witch, as they would say. He is. My mom and my dad are. They're just using a whole nother kind of witchcraft. They're just using the Bible. And I done told y'all about that Bible. It's a witchcraft tool for real. So my daddy a powerful. That's where I get it from. I get all my powers from both of my parents. They're unconscious to their powers. But in a way, they are conscious enough to know they've been getting away with stuff. And that stuff is starting to eat them up now. Even my brother said, my mama just want to make sure y'all all right, but because she thinks she about don't start calling me and trying to. You ain't never tried to apologize to me. They not sorry, y'all. There's like my brother said, because she thinks she dying. She thinks she's dying. And of all the people you want to apologize to me now, when you on if you think you're dying, y'all know that's messed up. That's not a true apology. They want to dump on me. So my dad's the opposite. My mom just wants to dump on me because she wants me to forgive her. I've been done forgave her. I'm grown. I don't got to, I'm grown. See, that's another thing parents don't get. Let me tell y'all something. You better treat your kids right. Y'all better stop treating y'all kids like trash over an N-word and a hoe. I'm saying it. You treating your kids bad over these screwed up partners y'all end up whether marrying or getting in boyfriend and girlfriend relationships with. And these same people y'all don't even stay with for the rest of your life. And then you're looking to your children that you neglected over a boyfriend or over a girlfriend to care for you and take care of you. Get out of here. You chose everybody else over this child, made this child feel less than. You made them feel like they was the least important thing to you. And they're the same people that you loved over them don't even give a darn about you and ain't even about to wipe your A if you ever in a hospital bed. You know what I'm saying? Your children do not have to take care of you. Because that's another thing. I ain't taking care of my mama or my daddy. I'm glad my mama got a husband. She used to pick Jesus and her husband over me her entire life. And now she got Jesus and her husband. She manifested this. This ain't my karma. I didn't tell my mama to keep picking her husband and her children and her God over me and treating me the way she treated me. I didn't make her do that. Same thing with my dad. I didn't make him do these things. And I'm not interrupting their karma. So I've had to work my butt from homelessness, y'all, to get to where I am with none of their help. And I had to get help about them from childhood trauma and abuse and mental abuse. Physical and that's nothing. It's mental abuse is already worse than physical abuse and verbal abuse. My mother and them were very verbally abusive. They used to constantly say hateful things to me. Like, you ain't gonna be nothing when you grow up. You're gonna end up just like your sister, just like your daddy, or just they used to literally go back. Yeah, you're gonna be just like your worthless mama. Why are you talking to your child like that? That's how they talk to me. They hated each other so much that I never knew neither one of their stories. To this day, yeah, I'm 35 and I do not know how my daddy and mama met. I don't know what led to them breaking up. I only know bits and pieces of their story that other family members have told me, but they have never told me their stories. They don't even talk about each other to each other. So, but all the anger that they felt for each other as I was growing up was constantly getting taken out on me. Because I was a spitting image of her and I was a spitting image of him. So when he seen me, he seen my mama. And when she seen me, she seen my daddy. So she couldn't even stand to look at me. And then they went first they used to try to get me to be like them. So I used to fight over who gonna be the favorite. They had me trying to fight over who the favorite parent is. Trying to be like him, trying to get approved by him, trying to be like her, trying to get approved by her. And then it was never enough. And I was always felt like just worthless. Because I never would make them happy. You know what I'm saying? It's sick. And if you're out there doing it and you're a parent, you're going to pay for that. And you better stop now. Because that ruins children for life. Some children, like myself, will attempt suicide and some of them may succeed. You know what I'm saying? Some of them may succeed. Thankfully, I didn't. But some of them may succeed. And are you really prepared for your child to either... And some of these kids, I don't know if y'all been seeing this, some of these kids been killing their parents. Have y'all been seeing these stories? These kids are hauling off, been treated so bad their whole life from these screwed up parents that won't get help, that won't treat these kids right. Then they end up getting killed by their parents. And these kids had to go to these special homes because they hauled off and killed their parents that was treating them the most horrible conditions because they couldn't take it no more. And these kids ain't got nowhere to go. I got taken from my parents twice and put in state custody because of them for abuse. For abuse, y'all. Getting beat. So people don't understand why I've been in isolation so long. Because I just needed some freaking peace. I needed to know what that felt like. I never knew. I've been in chaos my whole life. I didn't know what peace freaking felt like. So y'all, I promise you, if you could be in isolation, that's the best thing you could do. take some time to really focus on you and feel your own emotions and your own thought. Then you will remember stuff. We be in so much pain for so long, we forget stuff. So we'll just keep tolerating because we become numb to it. You're not supposed to be numb to pain. You're supposed to feel that stuff. It's like now, my anxiety is a gift as well. Because when I feel toxicity from somebody, or when I can see that you're triggering something that I know I done been through before, man, y'all, my anxiety goes off. I'll get shaky. I will jump. I will move away from you. I will leave a building if I see something or feel something that triggers my anxiety and traumas that I've already experienced. Because I consider myself a professional in narcissism. I had two extreme narcissistic parents, and they married narcissists. So my stepfather was a narcissist, and my stepmother was a narcissist. Because that's the only thing that can really survive with a narcissist is another narcissist. Most narcissists, if they can't get somebody to submit to them, they have to find another narcissist. They can roll with them. That's what he mean by I gotta be his D girl, gotta be his D boy. You gonna be with me out here, or you gonna get down, man. And my dad, he used to beat my A all the time because I talk back and I ain't never bound down to no weak ass bitch. Because he's not a man. Y'all need to stop pretending like just because your daddy dropped a seed in your mama or whatever the case may be, that means he's a good man. And vice versa, a woman, just because she gave birth to you, don't make that her a good woman. What make you a good woman or a good man is your actions. So you can have some devilish family members and you don't even understand that you're devilish too because you're accepting devilish people and their ways, making excuses for them. Now the universe gave you life. Their bodies were a portal being used there by the Most High. You got created up there first. You got transported through this. All right? And you don't owe them nothing, especially if they don't love you and they ain't treating you right. And this ain't for everybody. If you had a wonderful experience with your mother and your father and your family all together, good for you. Be grateful and cherish your family and love them. And if they was there for you, be there for them. That's how family works. But if you have a similar story to mine, if not worse, or just some things, that's how we pick up being treated by other people too. If you accept your blood family members treating you like crap, you're going to accept friends, family, other people, jobs, relationships that treat you like crap too, because it's familiar to you. It's familiar. So you have to unfamiliarize yourself with that behavior, which is what I've done. And that made my circle slim to none, y'all. That's how I got in isolation. No longer tolerating the stuff that I used to tolerate from my family. I'm not going to tolerate from my family, so why would I tolerate it from you? And that may make your circle get to zero. And that's when you start finding you, healing you, finding peace. Yes, those memories are going to come back. Yes, those nightmares and flashbacks are going to come. But you also going to be getting set free. Recognizing this, that you are no longer stuck in that cycle. That you freed yourself. That's another thing. Give yourself credit that you freed yourself and you got out of that mess. You loved yourself enough to realize that enough is enough and this is not what you deserve. And that's what happened to me, y'all. So I know for a fact, I told my brother, you might as well not even call me about who else died. Cause we're not a family. I'm gonna be I'm blood related to y'all, but y'all not my family. The only time you can call me when somebody dying, that's not family, y'all. If the only time y'all call each other is when somebody's dying, that's not family. That's depressing. Y'all supposed to be calling each other to build. That's enough to build businesses together. Hang out just cause. That's what I say, y'all. We have to relearn what family is and what family isn't. And it's gonna be tough. These your family members, yes. But y'all, I'm happier. I'd rather I'm gonna tell you right now, because I'm not gonna pretend like it ain't gonna be hard and it's not gonna be sad. But I'd rather go through what I went through. I have cried the nights that I've cried. I have been depressed the nights that I was been depressed because I just hated the reality that I had to even be going through this and healing from this and letting these people go and being alone. But guess what? I got stronger. You got to go through it though. You will get stronger. That's what this is about. You can't be weak out here because it's deadly out here. So look, y'all, I appreciate y'all listening to me. That's all I'm gonna say. This is gonna be the Pluto for the Pluto in Aquarius reading for sure. Because, you know, I do feel like, you know, the ancestors, we had some people, me personally, just had some people recently join the ancestor realm, and it may be some other people that have had that happen in their families recently, or close friends, and it's out of our control. But your life is in your control if you protect it, protect your peace, and protect to protect your vessel. Stay away from people and focus on yourself. So thank y'all so much. You know, this was, like I said, this was not a typical reading. I told this is keeping it raw and real. Okay. If y'all want to get readings by me, I am doing a New Year's reading. The deadline is December 23rd, and you have to book a reading before then, December 23rd of this year, 2024, so you can get a New Year's resolution reading. So you can see what positive things are coming. I did post that flyer on here. You can stroll down and see it so y'all can actually see what positive, because that's nothing. It's some positive stuff happening. That's what I'm saying. What they say, stuff always seem like it's falling apart before you about to hit that big win. Because I'm gonna tell you what the powers that were it has to be balanced in everything. So it's always gonna be some type of dark force trying to creep around the corner to prevent you from realizing that you are getting closer and closer to the light, and you're nearly there, the goal, right? So they want to discourage you and keep you down. Don't let it happen. Y'all better go outside. I went outside, meditated with a tree, you know, smoking some weed. I already did that before I got on here. Drink plenty of water, take your vitamins, meditate. Yeah, I've been meditating a lot. I've had to with all this stuff going on. And journaling. I've been journaling to get a reading by me or go get a counseling session. You can get one by me. I do counseling sessions, but you don't have to sit alone and suffer, though. You do need to start investing in your mental health and your spiritual health. You know what I mean? Do healing baths. I took a healing bath the other night. It was beautiful. I put essential oils and everything in there. But heal yourself, y'all. Focus. That's what you need to be doing. This is about getting your heart light as a feather. Do I got my uncle over here? I don't. I got one on, though. Getting your heart light as a feather and getting into balance and harmony. Okay? So I love y'all. Y'all take care of yourselves. It's Wednesday. It's Witchy Wednesday. So happy Wednesday, y'all. Happy Miracle Days. Miracles happen every day. Y'all know I'm still doing a covenant. If y'all want to join the Witches of Islam, you can join that on Patreon. That link is below. You can also follow me on TikTok. You can follow me on Instagram. And you can follow me on Facebook as Goddess on the Rise or the Follow Hoodie Queen. And you can follow me as the Copper Queen or You. All that stuff is at the end of my video. If you check my stories, and also if you just check the post I post, I always reference where you can find me and at the end of this video. If y'all would like to give to my Venmo, my Zelle, my Cash App, my Chime, it's the Copper Queen with the number 33 and in the Queen for the 2 E's on Chime and Cash App, okay? Venmo is Goddess on the Rise. And PayPal and Zelle is goddessontherise.life at gmail.com. And that is my website, goddessontherise.life, if y'all want to get some spiritual tools for me: incense, sage, Palo Santo, tarot cards, oracle cards. I have singing bowls now. I have teacups now. I have, y'all know them railroad spikes. Y'all can get your Rose of Jericho. I got a Rose of Jericho. Y'all need to start doing them water rituals with the Rose of Jericho. It's actually a resurrection plant. It's about rebirth. So it would be great to do a ritual right now in this Pluto and Aquarius energy with the Rose of Jericho. Okay? So if y'all, like I said, and if y'all know, y'all can email me at sacredenergyexchange222 at gmail.com to get 50% off on those tarot readings that I'm doing until December the 23rd. So they'll be 50% off until December 23rd, so y'all can get y'all New Year's reading, okay? So thank y'all so much. I will talk to y'all soon. Peace, love, and balance. Copper Queen checking out.